possession of the game.
Yeah, fantastic from Germany there. Like, great defence. So good, a lot of sliding tries. The Germany defence, I thought, looked really, really solid. So they just need to ruck it up strongly. And for them, it's really about field position, trying to get as far up the field as possible. That's how they're going to limit France. But unfortunately, just an error on the roll ball there, and France driving towards their sub-box now.
So France bringing fresh legs on for the first time in the game. A minute gone. Just patient build up through the middle. They're over the 7 metre now, and there is the opening try. And it's Andrea Rosenbaum who puts the ball down on the pass from Thibaut Charrier, and it's France who lead 1-0.
Yeah, really well constructed try here from France. Just, you'll see a touch here, and then it's just through the hands, creating that overlap there. Nice try on the wing there.
And we saw that quite a few times yesterday in all formats, really, that a lot of use of the wing.
Yeah, absolutely. Touch is really a sport about trying to create these overlaps, these 3-on-2s, these 2-on-1s. It's something that during training it forms a big part of a lot of the drills that these teams will do, and it's to capitalise on moments like that, and France did it very solidly there out to the wing.
It's France on the charge once again. They've made some changes, they're already over halfway.
And we can see Yannick, the number 8, I think about to... Oh, they've skipped him out there. Little flick behind the back. I think that was marginally forward.
Yes, it was given forward. We will see this again, but Lenny Bardot, just great improvisation. Unfortunately, it went forward. And Rosenbaum thought he may have had his second try again, but that's just quality.
It is quality. You can't blame a bloke for trying a little flick behind the body on field 1. But the referees were all there. We've got Brad Goody on the far side, level 5 black badge. So referees on it like a car bonnet.
And of course, for those that don't know, you are a level 4 referee.
Yeah.
So you're very well placed to comment on the officiating here as well.
I hope so, and I hope most of the players I've refereed think so as well. You'll get the odd disagreement on the field, but yeah, it's fantastic seeing the referees do such a good job. And we obviously talk about player workloads and player management with the 5-day tournament, but the referees are doing about 3 games a day, and you'll run 4 to 5 Ks for each game. So they did a great job on day 1, and we've got no doubt they'll continue it through the tournament.
Well, France showing no signs of fatigue so far from their 3 games yesterday. It's a very strong start from them, and it may get even stronger now, but the pass just behind.
Yeah, the French winger just a little bit flat on that pass. You really want those wingers to maintain some depth so that they can run onto those balls, but we're seeing Germany drive up, and a little error on their first subbing set. They'll really want to hold it for their set of 6, and they're over the halfway on their 4th touch, so hopefully they can set up a strike dump on the 5th touch here.
It's Germany. The first real purposeful attack of the game, and unfortunately it comes to an end and France have the ball again, but they are starting very deep in their own half. Still 1-0 France lead.
And this men's open division is just so fast, isn't it? The way these guys can throw the ball about, it's quite incredible to see. And France, they are so strong, but the club touch scene within France is just exceptional. You've got so many strong clubs like Free Touch Squirrels, and this is where they get the depth of their men's team.
Did he get that down? No, I don't think he did. He didn't have control. Jerome Mazurs as he went over, and it looks like it is Germany's ball.
And we may be looking at a penalty here.
Let's have a look.
And it looks like it was a penalty try given. I suspect there may have been some holding here, potentially by a German player. It's interesting.
So we have a penalty try, and France do lead by 2-0. Because I didn't think he had control of because you do have to have control of the ball as you put it down, but obviously if you're impeded, just like normal rugby, a penalty try is given.
Yeah, and normally the assumption is we would give a penalty try when we're certain that without that infringement happening, there would have 100% been a try. So obviously the referee thought so in that case, and German with a good response off the tap off.
Yeah, so France again in possession. It was a strong drive by Germany, but they really are struggling to get beyond that 7-metre line when they have possession. But they may get an opportunity now. Chance for a tap-off play as they start just beyond the halfway line.
The referee just bringing it back to the mark, and Germany with, I think, their best opportunity of the game here. This is third touch coming from them. Little mid play, the link coming in.
Good touch, good diving touch there. Hugo Berrier. Down it goes, and now there may be space on the wing. I think there is. Oh, it's just beyond Hendrik Gader. It was the right idea. I think it may have been forward anyway, but the closest Germany have come so far in this game.
Yeah, you can see the number 8 for Germany organising a lot of the attack. Christopher Tapo, I think it is. Yeah, I thought, his direction of that attack for the German team was very, very strong there. So definitely a play to watch.
Oh, and it's France breaking through again, and this time it's Alessandra Gel who pops the ball down, and just like that, after going very close to conceding at the other end, they sprint back up the other way, and they're 3-0 ahead.
Yeah, we can see why he scored a few meat pies yesterday. Look at that speed. He put 5 metres on that bloke in the space of about 20, so yeah, incredible pace from the France men here this morning.
Great dummy as well to get clear. France, ominous for Germany in this early stages. France very much in the box seat at the moment. It's just not coming off for Germany at the moment. They look very fluent when they played Belgium in the opening game yesterday. But obviously France coming into day 2 with a lot of confidence after 3-3, especially with that win over England. Yeah,
and we have seen a few one-sided score lines in this men's open, and fantastic score there. Just a pass in on the inside, and unfortunately that defender just being a bit late on that shot on the attacker. But we did see some big score lines, and one of the questions that we heard yesterday was, will these teams start to ease up a little bit, maintain their players? But I think the issue with this men's open, that top 4 are going to be so strong that you do want that favourable semi-final. And unfortunately, looking at how close the competition is, I think it's going to come down to touchdown difference. So try difference is going to be a massive thing, so they'll want to put some big scores on the scoreboard when they can.
So here's Remy Milo, who is the first, who gets his first try of the game and puts France 4-0 ahead. And that soon very quickly becomes 5-0 as Bastien Weise goes through. Or does it? No.
Touch called. Good touch from Germany there.
It will be 5-0 now. as Andrea Rosenbaum goes over again. It's 5-0 to France.
Good fortune telling there, Jono. Fantastic.
They don't call me Mystic Jono for nothing. That's a great pass out to the wing.
And you know what a long ball. It looks like he's just casually passing it to the next player and just casually pings at 20 metres.
And he makes it look so casual, but it's not easy, is it? You've got to put a lot of strength behind that pass to get it so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They make it look easy, but it definitely isn't. The skills on show first thing in the morning are just incredible. Here we go, Yannick with the dump and pass inside. Much better defence by the German league there. You could see him getting ready to cover, sniping in and making that touch. Very, very good defence by Germany.
So France still with the ball though on the 7 metre, but Germany just tightening up a little in the defence. But there is the long ball again, and Andrea Rosenbaum has his hat-trick. Already 6-0. We've played just over 10 minutes, and this is an absolute clinic in touch rugby by France.
Yeah, absolutely. And great hands by Rosenbaum on his tee. You can see it almost go, he's catching it over his head. Yannick, what a ball. That's travelling 30 odd metres. Great catch and put down.
It's a fantastic show so far by the French, and they are looking very, very strong in this competition.
Yeah, very, very smooth. We can see why they put England to their first defeat in 10 years in Europe with this kind of classy touch.
Well, Germany at the 7 metre from the tap off. Can they get something on the board from this drive?
Oh,
I think they may do. I think they have. And that'll give them a boost. Corby and Pfeiffer going through. He just plays a little switch play and then
stepping back outside, getting the ball, great dive. He could just see the defender not get off his line, reach out, fantastic put down by Pfeiffer there.
So Germany are on the board. Here come France again. Angel gets it back again, going along the line, through the middle now. His final touch. Oh, great switch. Oh, but good defence. There's Tumalopine with the diving touch there, and that France attack is thwarted.
And this German sub-box in front of us, you can just see the support that they're giving to their team when they're making those shutouts against this French team. They're taking so much confidence from it. So they're rolling into the French half, and hopefully they can create some more opportunities. We've got Christopher Tapeau, the number 8, back on the field, skipping from half.
Down. Another attack is snuffed out by the French defence, and they come back again, and once again starting deep, so they head towards the sub-box and get some fresh legs on. But
I thought that defender looked a little bit short. It's quite tough when they aim for that sub-box. If you've got 2 defenders up, you really need someone to be back ready for that next touch, and these players move at such speed that if you're not back with the referee, you will just get caught a little bit short. And France with 6 more touches in the German half, but
it's such a patient build-up from the French, and they're going for the wing again. That's a good touch. Georges Schlossmacher. France still have the ball. His final touch. And again out to the wing. Oh, that's absolutely superb. Now, was that forward or was it back? Whistle has gone. There's going to be, I think, a consultation. Let's watch this again.
You know what, and the German winger here, he's put in a really tough position because you can see him go for the ball. He puts his hand back down to avoid a 6 again, and then the French player running onto it, but a forward pass judge. So very, very good decision making made by that German on the far wing.
And it shows as well that with the referees and the officials, how they communicate with each other and how they work together. Because obviously the one from behind maybe isn't going to be able to see that's forward, the one from the side definitely is.
Yeah, absolutely. Those sideline refs have very good visibility of that ball, and it's really about how the players are throwing that ball, whether they're throwing it backwards, because then sometimes with momentum it can drift forward and with the wind and things like that, and the sidelines are in the best position. You'll see the little subtle hand signals that they indicate that to the control referee. But Germany, great attack here. Oh,
The touch was made.
Once again, Pfeiffer, the number 10, he's just spectacular out there.
Long pass, but it doesn't find its mark, and that will turn it back over to France. But more encouraging from Germany in the second half of this half, as they have scored and they have looked a little more threatening as they've gone forward.
Yeah, they really have. When they've got Corbini and Pfeiffer, the number 10, in their attacking lineup, it does look very, very strong. Same with Christopher Tapeau, and they're in different pods, obviously, to create that attacking depth across a couple of pods. But
Oh. The spectacular forward roll and somersault there from the Beaucherier. And it's 7-1 France lead.
In a matter of inches, you can see the German defender's hand out and just that sliver of air, unfortunately. But the German team, I've got to say, they look very, very fit. When they are down defending on their line, the energy that they're bringing, they, you know, as a men's team, they do look incredibly fit, and there's a lot of bounce up off their line. So
good attack from the tap off by Germany. It was Peen who was looking to go through. Good speed. And just doesn't quite find its mark.
yeah, a bit unlucky. I thought I saw a French hand in there, but they're judging ball down by the German team, and here's where they really want to cut off this box. You can see that German winger getting back on side, moving forward, cutting off that attack, and that's been a much better and more effective sub-box defence by the German team. But France just running freely, laterally across the field. Yannick, great cut-out pass to the link.
That is snuffed out, but I'm sure the French will be happy. 7-1 ahead. As we head towards half-time, 2.5 minutes.
Unfortunately, just another error coming off there, coming off to the sub-box. And with Germany, it feels like their midfield D is really key. In that last set of 6, they limited France to just one strike at the line, and they held it out. And it does feel like when France are in the field position that they are now, when they have a couple of strikes at the line, the tries are just coming just because of their class, their long balls, and their ability to just hit these holes. It's incredible. And the referees have spotted a forward pass here, which can happen in the attack sometimes, especially those passes from half, and Germany going for the quick tap. They've been moved up the field slightly, and they'll be taking first touch on the halfway line.
She's made, but this is a good drive by Germany so far as they pop the ball down. Good movement, good yards. It's that rolling ball. So France have possession again with 90 seconds remaining in this opening half, and it has been a great 20 minutes for France.
Just superb, very slick, very, very few errors by the French team. They've been playing impeccably, but just their error count, not many handling errors, roll ball errors, things like that. They've just really taken their 6 touches and gotten down the field and had plenty of attacking opportunities.
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's not really anything that Germany have done either. They've had a few good attacks. They've tried to be tight in defence. It's just it's the quality of this French side that is actually making the difference.
Yeah, it's the quality of the French side. I think the German team at half-time, I think they will look at their errors, and unfortunately they've just given away another penalty. A couple of drop balls, missed passes from half on their subbing, and when they've had very good field opportunity, just a couple of roll ball errors and things like that, and it's just limiting their attack. And they've demonstrated that when they do get up to the French line, they do have the attacking personnel to score tries, but just a couple of midfield drives aren't coming off for them.
Here you go, France again, and it's out to that left-hand side again, and once again it's Andrea Rosenbaum to pop the ball down.
I think he might have just had his left foot into touch there, so
as the hooter goes in half-time, we'll just watch the replay again here.
You can just see the player's left foot. Looks like he steps on his scoreline.
Ah, yes, he is. He is in touch, so it is 7-1. Good spot now.
I'm an occasional level 4 referee.
And I'm very much not. So half time, and we can see the German team in front of us getting into a huddle, and they're going to be disappointed that they're 7-1 down, but they can take a lot of encouragement. They scored a try. They got a few quite deep attacks going on that French defence. They've just really got to keep doing what they're doing, and maybe look at putting the second half into sections and seeing what can we win the first 10 minutes, can we keep it level for the first 10 minutes and the second 10 minutes, and see how they go from there.
Yeah, positives for the Germans, I think their energy on their line defence, I think, is very, very good. And the other positive is when they do make it to that French line, they are creating opportunities through the likes of Christopher Tapeau and Corbini and Pfeiffer, but their main takeaway is just these drives. Hold it for the serve 6. Treat that ball really, really carefully, because when they do up the line, as we're seeing on the replay there, they can score. And for the French team, they're not doing a lot wrong out there, are they? Just
not
incredible.
at all. I think one thing that Germany may want to look at is how they're defending on the wings, because I think six of the 7 French tries have come from there. Andrea Rosenbaum has been devastating on this left wing, as we see here.
Yeah, it's very, very hard in men's touch. That winger, sometimes it's getting the calls from the link to make that chase out and to give the winger that confidence to put their head down, ears back, and make that chase out. But that winger just can't stand too wide, because that's going to create holes between them and the link and the mid. And France, unfortunately, have the personnel where when they ping that ball, they can hit any number of players wherever that hole is in the defence. But yeah, just some great ball players from France. And Yannick, I keep on talking about him, but just absolute class.
And that's the thing, they've been an absolute joy to watch, haven't they?
Oh, just incredible. And a player of his quality, he benefits the whole team, because you'll often see, and we'll point it out when we see it in the second half, when he does run the ball, when he does have his hands on the ball, you'll often see him attract 2 defenders, because they know he's such a danger player. And by attracting 2 defenders, that's what creates these 3-on-2s, these 2-on-1s, these holes on the outside of him. And when he's got passes like he has, it's just absolutely smooth. He's got the most beautiful blue eyes as well. Yannick, just as a side note.
Funny you should notice.
I only talk about his eyes in terms of him spotting these holes and spotting these amazing opportunities. He's quite incredible.
So how do you see this second half shaping up? Obviously France in a very dominant position, being 7-1 ahead. Germany have shown flashes when they've been attacking that they can get over the try line. They have done it once. But do you just see more of the same from the first half, or can you see Germany coming back into it slightly?
No, I can see Germany coming back into it, and certainly Germany limiting the scoring opportunities from France. I would say 3 or 4 of these French tries have been on the back of these midfield errors from the German team. So if they can just regain some composure, limit those errors, if we see, the France, scores come down by 3 or 4, then it would be a 4-1 scoreline, which would be incredible for a half of touch against, well, one of, if not the best men's team running around Europe today.
Well, we're a few seconds away from the start of the second half. Both teams still in their huddles as well, so the hooter may go before we actually get a tap off.
We can see them running on.
It's Germany who do have the tap off for this second half. So hooter goes now, and they do just about get away on time. It's a good drive, 2 touches, and they're at the 7 metre. Chance to drive now.
This is going to be fourth touch. They're trying to get the penalty here for an early retreat from the French.
Again, it's those errors that you mentioned there. Just a little bit more composure needed.
Yeah, the good thing, well, hopefully I don't say this in a patronising way, but having been in teams when you are getting beaten, you do get a lot of tap-offs, and you can really nail those tap-offs, which can really benefit you in future games. And yeah, Jeremy just putting the ball down there on, I think it was fourth touch there, but they're doing some very good midfield D. I think this would be sixth touch coming. Excellent set of defence by the German player. That's when we talk about that midfield D, and this is where they've got to hold it for the 6 touches, go forward, make some ground, and get that French try line back into play.
So Germany will take confidence from that great defensive set. They still have the ball.
I think the referee might be calling a penalty here. I think there was a bit of an inner ruck there. You could see the German half going to pass it from half, and he just had to hesitate there because there was a French player in the way. So I think they've got a fresh touch count. But once again, unfortunately, just putting the ball down early in their touch count. But France will definitely capitalise this. 2 touches, and they're well within striking distance of the German line.
It's again another fluent attack by the French. I believe that is that offside.
I think that was not moving up off the line. Once these German defenders, once a team, one of their defenders enters that 7-metre zone after that dotted line, the team then have to progress forward, and if you drop early before that touch is imminent, you will get pings, as we saw there.
Diving through, and that is going to be given. It's an 8th try for France. It's Lenny Bardot diving over.
You can see this German defender, his feet just behind that line and not quite making it. Great put down by Bardot there.
It's France with the first score of this second half. Germany with the opportunity from the tap-off. Back to the 7-metre.
These 2 players work very well together. Lucas Mikavicus. Apologies for my pronunciation, it's very early in the morning. Oh, yeah, excellent D on that far wing.
It's just really fluent by France with it. It's like the ball's down and then it's picked up, and it's almost like constant movement. There's no pause, there's no stopping. It's just so fluent.
Yeah, it's incredible. Long
and
ball
there we go again.
What a score! And this is what will happen. France will just punish you if you hand them a penalty within 20 metres of your line. And I think their conversion rate on those penalties is so incredibly high. I think they're scoring 80 or 90% of the time that they are getting those penalties in the opposition half, which is going to give the French team an amazing amount of confidence as well, because a lot of teams will get those penalties but only convert, 3 or 4 times out of 10, but the French team, they're just blistering form.
They're playing so well. A chance for Germany as they hit the 7-metre. But you can see that it was obvious that Germany were going to take it to the right-hand side, and all the French defence just drifted that way to cut out the threat. It's such good defensive play.
It's like watching a school of fish. You can look at their body positions, they're protecting their outsides. It's really, really solid D, and unfortunately Germany just putting it again down early in the touch count. But yeah, watching the coordination of this French defence, it looks superb.
And it's a handling error by France. We've not seen many of those at all, and that may give Germany the opportunity to put something else on the board. They head to their sub-box. Again, probably not the smoothest of changes, which has held up the attack somewhat.
No, they do have Christopher Tapu, the ball runner now, passing it out. Yeah, it's just these execution errors that are happening. We're seeing France being very smooth, great ball handling skills, and Germany, those ball handling skills are just laying them down a little bit, because they have had a couple of penalties on the French line now and just unable to capitalise on them.
So France again coming forward with purpose. Ball goes down over, and another handling error. Two handling errors in a row by the French, and that is very, very unusual.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic. Considering the pressure's off for this game, but unfortunately straight away Germany have done exactly the same. So France, they won't be happy with those couple of errors.
I do wonder if there's maybe a little bit of moisture on the ground. There was a small shower before we started this morning, so that could be a reason.
It has turned a bit overcast here as we speak this morning, and quick wraparound play.
Oh, there it is again. Andrea Rosenbaum. I think that's his 4th or maybe 5th try. It's a devastating performance by the wing players of France.
And I think now I can use the term champagne touch from the French team. Just, a great finishing by Rosenbaum as well. It's not easy to, consistently convert those scores, but he's making it look very easy.
Yes, it's the space they're finding on the wings as well, but not only that, it's the passing out to the wing that is really exceptional as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see David Crombie just testing the outsides of the French defence. Crombie with the ball again, and this is what they need to be doing, just pushing the French defence. We can see him running the outsides as well now.
Oh, interception, 0 touch. France the opportunity again. They're so smooth when they're bringing players on and off. Like there's no hold up in the attack when they're using their sub box. It really is so fluent.
And we've got a 7-on penalty from the French team, and you know what, going into these high pressure games that they're going to have later on, these are the kind of penalties that they just need to avoid. They've been subbing off. Someone's gone a little bit early and they've given away a penalty and given a chance for Germany to execute a tap-off move from halfway.
Germany at the 7 metre, just held up again, just looking for any sort of kinks in that French defence. Dive was attempted, no try, but it's still Germany's ball.
And the communication from this French team, we can hear them yell from here, I think the French equivalent of stiot. That's an attempted French accent from me, but we can hear the comms from 20 metres away, just exceptional.
That was quite a heavy fall. Off Bastien Vesey goes, but I think he's okay.
Great hole hitting.
Fantastic. And it is Yannick Bizek, who you pointed out as one to watch at the start of this game, and he just finds the gap with ease.
Absolutely.
And pops the ball down, but coming through with great speed to take the pass.
Getting the German defence twisted around like a pretzel and just going through that hole.
It's a great analogy, I love it.
Thank you. I love a bit of Bavarian terminology. And speaking of pretzels, I think Germany will be a bit salty about that. That was quite a big hole that they let Yannick through there, which is quite uncharacteristic of them.
Big cheer, but I don't think he got it over before the touch. No, they're back to the 7 metre.
Paul Robin almost through there. Quite unlucky not to get that score. I thought great opportunity created, that the French defence Thibaut Charret, just incredible. And going straight off after that defensive effort, Thibaut.
France. Again, starting deep, but already at halfway. It's such fluid movement. I know I keep saying it, but it's like a well-oiled machine coming forward.
It's just incredible. Unfortunately, they've got done for another error there. Over the mark, I groaned internally when I saw it, and Brendan Harrington, the referee on that far side, has called it straight away. They are just letting errors slip in, whether it's a bit of complacency, bit of fatigue, but Germany, once again, with a very strong attacking opportunity. Fifth touch coming. They're going to want to set up a very strong strike dump here through David Crombie. Great pace running onto that ball.
Oh, interception. And he's going to run the whole length of the pitch. Alexandre Gel picks up the ball and pops it down. It's 12 for France.
Just class. Saw that pass was going to happen and just went for it.
And yeah, if you're Germany, you see that, your heart's going to sink, isn't it? When you see and run the full length of the pitch and pop the ball down, especially when you was attacking yourself so close to the try line. But it's a real heartbreaker.
It's so hard. They're not getting these attacking opportunities very often. They're going a bit backwards here. They need to bring it forward. Great. Oh.
Great effort to try and keep the ball there.
I thought he kept it up then. Incredible handling skills from that German player, but I think the ball's just tapped the ground.
I think it was Henrik Gieda.
Here you go, France. What a drive. Oh.
Thank you. Will he be called for the charge down there, do you think?
No penalty knock-ons in touch. So you can knock the ball down like that, and that was an absolute try saver, and he had no option there, so very, very good move there. Definitely worth the 6 again to try and defend them out.
France back at the 7 metre. Long pass out again, and how many times has that worked today? Andrea Rosenbaum once again popping the ball down, and France have a baker's dozen, 13.
I think they call it an opin, doesn't it? A la patisserie, doesn't it? Oh, he's got a smorgasbord out in this wing, doesn't he?
He's helping himself to many, many points.
And a few uncharacteristic errors from his team in the driving, but definitely not from him. Just as sharp as he always is.
Final touch. It just seems to be that little bit of desperation with Germany when they get to that final pass, where just a little bit of composure needed. That probably something that they can work on for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, and you know what? Not a bad pass from Fife there. We spoke yesterday about these attacking players. Often they'll pass into the hole, and you could see that he did pass into the hole. It was just his tackle, I don't think, was quite at that right hole, and straight through again.
The passing there was just phenomenal.
And the handling. These balls aren't easy to catch. You could see that ball was down at his knees, and he's just picked it up in the same movement, dived for the line.
So France have 14. And that really, if there was a try to emphasise the quality that the French have shown in this first game, that was it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to want a very good last 5 minutes, France. I think despite the scoreline, I think they're going to find the first period of the second half quite disappointing in terms of their error rate. So they'll definitely want to keep a clean sheet for this second half. But Germany, I think, third touch coming, and this is a great opportunity for them here. Oh, they've gone long. Oh,
I think he avoided the touch, and not that time. Henrik Gieda again, just getting some space.
Yeah, Paul Robin, I should see if he just passed that straight out to the wing. Straight away it was on them, but they're going to go for this wing again. Long ball.
Oh, that's such a shame. But good defence by France as well.
I was going to say Rosenbaum, he's scoring all over the shop, but his defence is just as class.
France like to bring French legs on, 5 minutes to go in the game. Because France, with 2 more games today, they face Belgium next and then Ireland at the end of the day. So 6 games in 2 days, they're certainly going to be feeling it at the end of today.
Yeah, they definitely are, and almost with these games where you do dominate the possession, they are just as tiring, and that's just with speed, just incredibly fast.
Alexandra Hubert, he's the latest to go over. It's like you say, he just turns on the burners here and uses Alexandra Gel as the foil there.
Just a 32 long, just passing it out to your other mid, and the angle that he runs, he just drags his defender across. If he didn't beat his defender, you can see he could have thrown that inside ball back in, because those middle defenders from Germany were in all sorts, creating a very big gap.
Pass goes behind Mark Davidson. France start again deep in their own half. Another rare error, and that will give Germany the opportunity. Fresh set of 6, just shy of their 7 metre line. Let's see what they can do here.
3 minutes left in this half, and Germany definitely want to take advantage of this field position. They've had plenty in this. Oh, great heads up touch. Absolutely fantastic from Christopher Tapo. Just heads up. Defender was getting called short. And you can see him, just a quick quickie, gets the ball straight back from the half. He's hearing that defender get called short and ball straight down. Referee very clear, you can see that play on signal. Great heads up touch.
So Christopher Tapo puts Germany's second try on the board, and great attacking play. They took full advantage of that French penalty.
Yeah, absolutely, and great to see the referees as well playing that advantage and giving players the opportunity to score, but France with a perfect response.
Yeah, straight from the tap off. Hugo Berriat goes over to make it 16-2, and I suppose this is the thing with France is they've we've given away a penalty which has allowed Germany to score. Make sure you score from the tap off.
Yeah, no, you know what, I think on each of these German scores, I think France has done exactly that, just scored straight away off their tap off.
Germany coming again, and good defence that time. Final touch. Goes the other way. But again, really good defence by France there.
Yeah, Rosenbaum again making a couple of really key defensive touches, but Germany throwing the ball away, unfortunately. Normally a 10-metre penalty, but there's no 10 metres to go, unfortunately, for the French team. So Germany taking a quick tap off the 7 metres.
Fresh set of 6 for them. They've used one of those touches up. Almost down. Well recovered. And now here's the opportunity. It's the long ball. Oh, he's taking it well. I thought Rosenbaum was going to come in there and intercept that.
Great option there by the German attackers. Here they go, going right.
No touch was made. Moving into the final 30 seconds of the game. Again, the French defence holds firm once again. Chance maybe of one last attack before the hooter goes.
Attacking players flooding on. The pace at which they're hitting this German defensive line is just incredible. Oh.
Out it goes. Oh, to Rosenbaum. He dodges it. Oh, that's phenomenal. That is incredible. What a way to end the game. That was absolutely superb. Watch this again.
This is going to look class on the replay. Long ball to Yannick, just doesn't get enough heat on it. Step back from Rosenbaum.
But great play by Lenny Bardot as well to realise he wasn't going to catch it, but just taps it behind him for Rosenbaum to get yet another try. 17-2. France win the opening game. An absolute masterclass by the French.
Yeah, what more can you say? Just an incredible way, and actually quite a fitting way to finish that game as well. Yannick Bizek setting up that last try and Rosenbaum finishing. It's been a fairly consistent theme for this match.
Well, Mel, thanks for joining me for this opening game. We will no doubt hear your dulcet tones later.
I do. I have been told that sometimes when I speak, I sound a bit flirty as well. I'll save that for the women's
no
game
comment.
at 11:15.
Coming up next, we've got mixed open action. Switzerland taking on the Netherlands. That'll be along in a couple of minutes' time. Do not go away.